So the good news of my gospel challenge will be delivered via poetic recitation through a piece called Paper Jesus. I grew up attending Sunday school, where they taught us about this blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus. They say his hair was like sheep's wool, skin the color of crushed olives kissed by the African sun. They told stories of his virgin mother who bore him in a manger, and of wise men who sought him while kings tried to kill him. I remember tales of water becoming wine, the forgiving of sin and the opening of blinded eyes. They say he was a carpenter but also a king, a prophet but also a fisher of men who'd one day crucify him. They say his voice was like lightning, eyes like the ocean, hands shaped like keys that unlock prison doors. They say this Jesus even walked on water, fed 5,000 with 2 fish and 5 loaves, clothed humanity in his God-sized love. They say he was the fulfillment of prophecy, was even crucified for me. Still I held his image in picture frames and limited his power to the red letters on the pages of my barely used Bible. He was my paper Jesus, the one I sang about but struggled to live for. See, like a modern-day Pharisee, I refused to see that the salvation Jesus offered was actually for me, so I continued my pursuit of happiness until religion got old. My heart grew cold, and I could no longer pretend or blend in. When I could no longer write my way into healing or sing my way into feeling like everything was okay. That was the day I threw my paper Jesus away, took him from the pages and placed him in my heart. That was the start of relationship and the end of my religion. I became the first of Peter's 2:9, chosen, royal, holy, peculiar, the apple of his eye, the reason that he died, choosing momentary separation from the Father so I'd never know that feeling. I now recognize that healing rests in his hands. Being both God and man, he's Alpha and Omega, my beginning, my end. He's the lily when my valley is filled with shadows of death. He's the light of the world, Emmanuel, the anointed one, the only begotten Son, Christ, the Lamb, the great I am, the Lion of Judah's tribe, preparing us to be his bride. He's the Almighty, the perfect example of humanity. Still, he's clothed in divinity, and he's no longer just red letters to me.